Hey girl, hey, and welcome back to OMG Scrunchie Club. I am the Scrunchie creator, Alamiel, and for those of you that are new, welcome to the club. So if you clicked on today's video, that's because you want to know more about the OMG Scrunchies that I have here. So before we get started, go ahead, make sure you hit that bell for notifications, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. I noticed that majority of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel, but please do so and subscribe, which will help me out a lot on YouTube. Okay, so today's look that I'm rocking, I'm wearing two different scrunchie style looks here today. I'm wearing the Goldie scrunchie right here, the Goldie OMG XXL scrunchie, as well as the Bella scrunch earrings. Yes, they're cute. I know. You can get yours at omgscrunchieclub.com. So let's get started. What do I have here? So on my left arm, I have some OMG XXL scrunchies. Check these out. This is Taya, Bella, Alyssa, and Ruva. So these are the XXLs. And on my right hand, I have the OMG minis. Once again, Taya, Bella, Alyssa, and Ruva. So here's a side-by-side comparison. One thing that I like about OMG scrunchies, or my scrunchies that I've created, is that they are fluffy and full. So I'm going to give you a comparison of my scrunchies with the average size scrunchie that you would pick up maybe from like your local Walmart or Target or wherever you buy scrunchies from that is not, of course, OMG Scrunchie Club. So I'm going to take these off really quickly, set them aside, and we're going to get started. So here is Georgia. This is Georgia. She's like a peachy color, like the state of Georgia's state fruit is the peach. So I named this after Georgia, the state. So this is Georgia, the XXL scrunchie. I'm going to step off camera. I'm actually looking for a ruler so I can measure this for you on camera. But I will insert measurements of this scrunchie here. Our XXL, OMG XXL scrunchie is 5 times larger than your average scrunchie. So I have a few average scrunchies here. I know this like eats this up, even all three together. It's like whatever. Okay, so here is the XXL on my wrist. The OMG XXL, not to be confused with the other company that is actually called XXL Scrunchie. So here is the OMG scrunchie here, and here is a scrunchie that I picked up from a local store. So I'm going to just slide this on my wrist so that you can see. There is almost like no comparison with my scrunchie in comparison to this scrunchie. So I will do the same. This is the Georgia mini scrunchie right here. And these are satin scrunchies, the ones that I have been modeling today that I had on both wrists, as well as these. These are satin scrunchies. So I try to use top quality satin. I don't know if you've ever tested satin. Some satin is very thin and it can fray very easily. So I stay away from the thin satin that is very inexpensive. So I go with the top quality satin that is offered at the fabric stores that I shop at. So here is the mini, and we'll take this one. This is an average size scrunchie as well as this one compared to our mini. Just take a look at that. Not even comparable. But I'm going to slip this mini on my right wrist, and here is the average size scrunchie. So I advertise my mini scrunchies to be roughly 3 times the size of your average scrunchie, and the OMG XXL extra large scrunchie is 5 times the size of your average scrunchie. So here's a look right here. That way you can get a comparison. Now, as far as my scrunchie sizes, for me making them, I don't give out those actual dimensions because it took a lot, when I say a lot, of trial and error to figure this out. So what I suggest to you is just buy some sample fabric. Go to your clearance aisle in your fabric store and pick out some fabrics that are inexpensive in the type of materials that you want to use. For example, I use satin, I use chiffon, I use silks. I am looking over here. I have my scrunchie bands to my right. I use velvet, I use denim, I even use cotton. So what I did was I got some fabric that I didn't mind just cutting up and making different sample sizes, because I will tell you this, some fabrics, for example, if I use a denim fabric, I wouldn't make it the same length cut as I would for a satin fabric, because denim is such a heavy fabric, as well as velvet. Unless you can find some thin denim, you can find thinner denim that's not a heavy weight. Well, I wouldn't say thin denim, lightweight denim, that's the correct word to use. So you can find lightweight fabrics as well as lightweight, I'm going to reach over here. So you can find lightweight velvet as well. This is one of the thicker velvets. I actually have a lighter weight velvet right here that I can use. So when you're experimenting with your cutting, you want to, I always go for fullness. So you want to make sure it's full, but you don't want it to be too heavy. You don't want to walk around with your head like this, because your scrunchie is like 10 times heavier than your head. So you may have to adjust the length of your cuts depending on the thickness of your fabric. So I hope that makes sense. If not, just ask me a question in the comment section below, and I always answer questions and comments when people leave them, even though I don't have very many, but I do go through those. So I would suggest getting those different types of fabrics, coming up with a size that you like. For example, if you want this size, buy a scrunchie in the size that you want and make a scrunchie, guess what you think the length of this would be, and then go from there. So how I actually came up with my sizes was I went to a store and I bought a big scrunchie, the biggest scrunchie that they had, and I was like, oh no, this is not big enough for me. So I tried to make that scrunchie size, the size of their scrunchie, I made it the exact size of theirs. I have a way of figuring out the measurements of scrunchies. So I can't share that secret, but I do know a secret of what size some other scrunchie businesses use for their scrunchies. It's like a little secret that I have inside, and I'm like, but anywho, so I do know other scrunchie companies. I know what sizes they use, but I can't tell you how I know that. You can figure it out. It's nothing secret. You just have to know how to do the measurements to figure that out. But anywho, I looked at other scrunchies and I was like, okay, this scrunchie is this size. I want my scrunchie to be bigger than this, or do I want my scrunchie to be smaller than that? And so I went from there to determine the size of making my scrunchies. So I will be doing a comparison of some other scrunchie brands to compare them to the OMG scrunchies, so that you can get a look and see, okay, how big or how small my scrunchie is in comparison to those scrunchies. So I am going to take some video footage for you of the measurements of my scrunchies. The scrunchies already made, not the measurements of how I make my scrunchies. But the tips that I gave you as far as trying to figure out the width and the length of your scrunchie, just do a trial and error process. I will tell you this, there are lots of YouTubers that show you how to make scrunchies. So take this little nugget, this little gem that I'm going to give you, take their measurements that they give you on their scrunchies. So go type in XXL Scrunchies, how to make an extra large scrunchie on YouTube, and find someone that's giving a tutorial with their measurements. Take their measurements and then add however much more you want to add to your scrunchies. So make their scrunchie first to see how big the diameter of that scrunchie is when the scrunchie is finally completed. And then if you like that scrunchie size, stick with that. If you don't, add some inches and keep adding inches as you go, and make sure you keep an account of what size each scrunchie is. What I do, I make little cards. I cut out little sheets of paper and I will get a safety pin and pin the size to each of the scrunchies that I make. Then I lay them out. Maybe one day I will share that. I was looking to see if I had some behind me, but I have like tons of scrunchies that have different sizes on them, so that I can say, okay, I like this size, I don't like this size, maybe I should go in between this size. And I made lots and lots and lots of prototypes to determine the size of the scrunchie that I wanted to make. So I know my mini is actually a big scrunchie size, so I'm actually thinking about making a scrunchie called the OMG Micro Mini, which would be maybe around this size, but of course course, it would have to be a lot fuller than this. I haven't thought of any measurements yet, but if you all think that's a good idea, let me know, because I am working on some other scrunchie ideas. Since we're here talking, I can tell you about them. So I'm working on a Mommy and Me scrunchie set, which is where I want to introduce the micro mini scrunchies. So maybe the Mommy and Me would include an OMG mini and a micro mini that matches together, so that way you and your daughter can have matching scrunchies. Wouldn't that be so cool? Instead of your daughter wearing a bow, she can wear an OMG scrunchie. By the way, let me plug in, I do make hair bows. I own a subscription box company called the Hair Bow Box. So if you have little ones that are too young or too small for scrunchies, go to thehairbowbox.com and you can get some hair bows for your baby. So I've ranted enough. I am going to attach a video of me showing you the measurements as soon as I find my ruler, and you can go and check out my scrunchies on omgscrunchieclub.com. So I have some more videos that I'm about to make real soon so that I can have them dropped and ready for this week. But thanks so much for watching my video, and please, 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 if you made it to the end of this video, I did say something that you liked. So hopefully you like me enough to smash that subscribe button. Yes, I want lots of subscribers. The more subscribers I get, the more scrunchies I'll make. I'll still make scrunchies anyway. But also, if you have any videos that you'd like for me to make, or some scrunchies that you'd like for me to make, I do have some fur. And I want to make some fur scrunchies. No, I did not harm or kill any animals in getting this fur. So I love all animals. I didn't hunt or kill any animals. I got this from a fur place. So maybe I'll make some fur scrunchies, or a fur scrunchie, and maybe I will give that away. And I'm thinking of, whenever I make some scrunchies in a video, I may just give that scrunchie or one of those scrunchies away to one of my lovely subscribers. So if you're one of those, let's see, what's the word? I had a brain fart. So if you're one of those lucky subscribers that happen to be watching the video on that day that it launches, maybe I will give you a scrunchie if you comment, because lots of you watch the video but you don't comment. And don't forget to give the thumbs up. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time, and here comes the video extra footage that I told you I would give you with the measurements of my scrunchies. So have a great day. Thanks so much. See you next time. So, okay, here are the measurements of the scrunchie. So as you can see, I have my cutting mat here so that you can see the sizes. So this is the average scrunchie size. It is roughly 4 inches wide for that particular one. But if I go to this one, this is one that I bought also. This one's like, I'm pretty sure if I open it up wide enough, it'll probably be like 3 inches wide. And this is another average size. Trying to fluff it out so I don't cheat. I would say this one's roughly 4 inches too, so we'll turn it that way. So here is the OMG Scrunchie Ruva scrunchie here, and this is the mini. So my mini scrunchie is roughly 5 inches round, so it's 5-inch diameter. So it's like 5 by 5 if you do the diameter. And then let's move this one in. This is the OMG XXL Scrunchie here. And it is roughly a 7-inch diameter scrunchie. So 7 all the way around. So there you go. There's a comparison of the three. So let me put them all up here. Let's see if I can fit them side by side so that you can get a good look. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go. So now you can get a good look at the size comparison of my scrunchie in comparison to an average size scrunchie. And of course, the OMG scrunchies are a lot fluffier, fuller, and best quality of fabric that is in the fabric store. So once again, thanks for watching. Also, if you have any ideas for me to shoot videos on, drop that in the comment section below. And if you watch this video to the end, say in the comment section below, watched it to the end, or I don't know, just say yay. Put something in the comment section so that I know that, can't even get my words out. Put something in the comment section so that I know that you watched it. And if you want more videos, as always, just let me know what you'd like to see and I'd love to give it to you. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.